Hey everyone, it's me, Rancher again. It has been a couple months actually since I last did a Yu-Gi-Oh pod, so I guess I might as well go ahead and mention why I have not actually been uploading as much as I did before. Um, get the hell out of here. I don't want to deal with you. The main one being that one, my laptop has been having fan problems. And it's not the fan cooler that's sitting on top of; it's the fan inside the laptop. It's making a sound that goes. And the only way I was typically able to fix it was either one, turn it off, leave it alone for 10 seconds or so, and then turn it back on. Or another one is quickly tap that spot. Or three is that I just let it do it for a little bit until it calms itself down. All three options have worked, but they are only temporarily. So unfortunately, I have a very good feeling that my laptop's probably going to die at almost any time, and I just don't know when it's going to happen. So until I actually do find a laptop I can use, don't expect me people to actually play too much actually Yu-Gi-Oh, or at least not upload a lot of VODs related to it. However, if you however, I have been doing these testings on my phone for Dueling Book, so yeah, until I get a new laptop, just don't expect me to do a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh VODs as much as I used to, but if I can get the chance to and have a scenario where the fan doesn't kick in, I'll let you guys know. So anyway, we're gonna discuss the build that I was testing out on Dueling Book, and I made a couple changes. Apparently, I made some changes to this compared to my Dueling Book version of this account, for some reason. But anyways, that. So let's talk about Dino deck. As many of you know, Dinos used to be a top tier strategy, or at least around there for a few formats before. Now it's mainly just a rogue deck, and even then, it's probably one of the worst rogue decks right now. So when they announced it that the new TCG exclusive archetype coming out of Burst Protocol was involved in dinosaurs in it, I was actually pretty hyped. Especially when they mentioned scientists, it gave me Jurassic Park vibes. And then we saw the artwork of the scientist here, and we saw his and we saw his dino counterpart. And I had a lot of theory crafting about what I think the deck was going to be. One of the predictions I predicted was maybe the scientists themselves are going to be a non-monster types, and the fusion and their dino counterpart is probably going to be fusions. Or the other one I had an option that I theory crafted was maybe the scientists are spell and traps, and then the dinosaurs, the dino counterparts themselves are the main deck monsters. And I was predicting one of the two would happen, and the first one actually did come true. What I did not expect was the way how they designed this archetype. And I want to point out here, as you can see here, I am not playing all the members of the archetype. I'm only playing the ones that I found the most success in my early test build on Dueling Book before I made a couple changes to it. The main one here being the main big one here is I added in three more hand traps because I only had 9 on engine and I needed some more non-engine because in this game you actually need at least a minimum around 12 engine non-engine for the most part. Unless your non-engine super big blood, then you can get away with less. But since I'm playing mostly 1-for-1 hand traps, with the exception of being fullos, I have to play more than those ones. Now, so what exactly is the main gimmick of GMX archetype that they're called? Well, their fusion archetype, like I said, the scientists themselves are different monster types, with the exception of technically one main deck dinosaur they have that's part of the archetype, even though it's only by text, as you can see, not by name, which is a little bit annoying. But doesn't really always come up too often. But they're fusion decks, so the fusion counterparts of each guy is effectively their fusion counterpart. So, how exactly does this deck fusion sound, you may ask? Well, there's two ways they have given this archetype to do so. The first one they gave them is by Dino Deneen, who can fusion summon any dinosaur fusion using any monsters from your hand or field. It doesn't have to be just itself. And the other one and the other way they do it is this card here, Applied Experiment 55, which is searchable by Chairman, as Kimrich can actually search this card by showing itself back into the deck after searching it. So, what I wanted to do in these test games here against actual players here with a side deck is I want to actually try to add this engine. Now, in my test hands originally, when I tried out this variant on Dueling Book, I had a pretty good amount of solid hands actually. Couple breaking hands, but that's Dino. You can sometimes expect hands like that. So the one thing about this archetype I want to mention, as of right now, as its own deck, it is awful. It is abysmally terrible. Well, none of their main deck scientists or Dino or Deneen can summon themselves from the hand, so they're just bricks in themselves, except maybe Chairman. But if you already have the fusion spell, then that doesn't really make too much of a difference. The other big problem with that archetype is they have a very strong card in the form of Researcher, which is a spell and trap searcher, but they only have one spell card, which is literally Experiment 55. So I'm hoping the next wave they introduce more spell and traps for the archetype that make Researcher able to search it from the deck. Yeah, what I'm hoping for. So what your deck wants to do is that Konami recommend incentivizes you to mix this with Dino Pile, which is exactly what you're playing here. As you see here is the direct Dino deck. And so far, the minimum optimal ratio I have found is 3 Kimridge, 3 Experiment 55, and 1 copy Deneen. If you want to add more GMX monsters for better consistency of the engine, you can run Researcher instead, because Researcher gets you another copy of Experiment 55 as follow-up. Or discard fodder for Megalo if you happen to have a spare Jirak in your hand, and which is actually pretty cool. But so how does this deck fusion summon then? Well, the way how they fusion summon is with Experiment 55, and it's kind of branded fusion, but it's not. So this card lets you excavate the top cards of your deck until you hit a GMX monster and a dinosaur monster. You lose 400 for each excavate card, then you fusion summon a GMX fusion straight using excavate monsters material, and you shuffle the rest back into the deck. This is effectively branded fusion if they decide for some reason to give it a reasoning type effect instead of actually just letting you choose what materials to send to the grave. And the result after testing some test hands is I have the biggest love-hate relationship with this card. On one hand, and a really powerful extender that gives you access to either extender or a disruption is really good in Dino since they lack good extenders, or lack a lot of good extenders. They only have very few and far between. On the other hand, and if you don't get really lucky and hit the right card, you probably don't end up very much in terms of value. And it also hurts that it's 400 per card excavated, because that means if you hit 20 cards exactly, you instantly lose the game on the spot, because you'll take over 8,000 damage at that point. Which is really freaking annoying, because that's one thing I hate about this card. Now, if this card was an actual branded fusion, now granted, maybe I'm coping and I really wish it destroyed from the deck, but I think if it gave you at least the option, like if they didn't want to give you an option to destroy the materials from the deck, but let's say they actually designed it like branded fusion, but specifically just for GMX fusions only, I would be okay with that, because then you could choose which dino you actually want as part of your combo, and this effectively makes a Fire Experiment an actual true one-card starter instead of a one-card starter if you get really lucky on the excavations. So I think in terms of the theory that Konami had behind this card, I understand the reasoning, because they're scientists digging up DNA, fossils, and genes and stuff of dinosaurs. I understand that concept. They want to stick true to that theme. But I don't know. If your goal was to do Fusion Stone, I think they should have honestly given you an option to choose which materials to send instead of just relying on luck to do so. But oh well. The card, when it does work, when you use the card correctly, or when it does work, it's actually a solid card. But when it doesn't work, it is abysmally awful. It is actually such a bad card. Which is why I think it's the most mixed bag card. Like when that is very, its quality really depends on the RNG. Which is why that I'm hoping for what they get in the second wave. I'm hoping that they get like maybe cards that can manipulate the top of your deck that isn't just relying on summoning the freaking GMX monsters on the board to do so. I would like it if they gave a spell traps that had a great effect that, like, say, you can manipulate the top of your deck and shuffle and put some of those cards on the top or bottom of your deck in order to draw or do something. Like, it would be great, because that would mean Experiment 55 becomes way more consistent, you guarantee get what you need, and it makes some of the other cards a lot more consistent that we'll get to later. So, that's effectively what GMX wants to do. At the moment, it's a terrible, unplayable archetype. It definitely needs a second wave. But, based on test ends, this engine is surprisingly pretty solid in Dino. It's a very solid extender engine for the deck. If you do want to add in more main deck GMX to make this not be as painful of a downside, you can run more. I think Researcher is the one you should always summon first, which for people that may not know what Researcher looks like, it's this card here. So if it's an old summon, you get special non-warrior GMX monster or a level 3 or level dinosaur from your deck. Most of the time, it's going to be Deneen. If a special monster effect, it lets you add a GMX spell trap. Again, this Experiment 55 is the only one we have that he can search, and we don't have any other targets until the next wave. And he has negation effect, but that never comes up from what I understand at least, or will probably never come up. So anyway, let's get to the deck profile. First of all, you may notice one thing actually here is we're playing Frostosaurus in the deck. People dropped this card for a long time, and that's because there's a fusion monster here that you're supposed to fuse this with, is Transcendent Gigantic Xalar, which needs a dinosaur plus a normal. And if it's special, you target any dinosaur in your graveyard to add it to your hand. And then if it was special in the graveyard, you destroy 2 cards, one from your hand in our field and one card your opponent controls. And if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster into the deck, then you can special summon this card. Now, for the people that might be wondering is that sounds like a pretty decent effect actually. It gives you disruption, it gives you follow-up once on your turn, the second time on your following turn. So what's the problem with it? Well, 2 problems with it. One, it needs a normal monster. Secondly, it's actually surprisingly very hard to get to make Gigantic Xalar, despite the ease of access. And even though you have Ground Xeno, if you get access to Xenometeorus and Frostosaurus as part of your main dino comp that does not use Ground Xeno, you have no way to unfortunately make this card. And if you did want to make it, you have to play Kaito Terror with Poly, and those were other bricks you had to run. However, thanks to the new dinosaur monster, Dino Deneen, we actually now have an actual reliability to make it pretty reliably in any part of our combo. So now, Gigantic Xalar is now really, really easy to make now, and it actually gives us pretty good rewarded value for him. That's the reason why we pre-ranked Frostosaurus. Now, another option you had here that I did originally had in my test build was Evolve Solars as an Omnigate, but I wanted to make good use of Experiment 55, and I wanted to have a second copy of this guy in the deck as follow-up and extension, so I kind of dropped it for now. But I could definitely see myself maybe taking out, maybe putting him back to 1, or maybe take out Giant Cell in the future and put it back in. Or hell, I could take out Giga Cat if I want. But Giga Cat plays an important part of your combo. Sorry, that's enough rambling. 1 UCT, 2 used to be a standard, but I only play 1. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. That's one thing I actually forgot to do. Hold on a second. I forgot to do this part. I forgot to do this part here. Hold on, man. There we go. Yeah, I actually kind of forgot. I usually side deck a second UCT actually in case I go second. 1 Xenometeorus, just really good, solid extender. Can be a brick, but not too difficult to always get. And also one thing FYI about the card, this gives you an ultimate way to make Drag Astro. 1's Miscellaneousaurus. I am a little sad they didn't bring it back to 3. I understand that people don't like cards like this, but Dinos kind of need Misket 3 because realistically they're not going to do a whole lot in my opinion. And they'll do something with 3 Misc, but it wouldn't be that game changer or anything like it was years ago. 3 Oviraptor. So fun fact about Dino Deneen, which is the same applied to Misc. These two are actually now 1-card stars because of Dino Deneen. So if you're normal Oviraptor, you add Misc, you send Misc with effect, bash Misc to summon this, he adds Chairman, and Kip Bridge adds Experiment. The Experiment, you just keep going until you hit targets. Then you summon Eos. Eos effect, you revive back the Misc from the banish zone, and then you use Dino Deneen's effect to fuse itself and Eos to make Velox. So what you end on is essentially Dolka and Velox, except you get a pop to monster d8, and you get at least 1 form of follow-up. Which, honestly, not too bad, all things considered, off of 1 card. That's not too bad, especially if it's backed up by non-engine. That's actually not too bad. Sego is also 1-card combo. On that, I don't want to say too much why. The third effect it has doesn't come up a lot, but it's very helpful to out problematic cards, or especially Floodgates is a pretty big one. Floodgates is a really big problem for Dinos, so Direct Stegos are very good out to them. And finally, we have 3 Kimrich. So you can reveal this card in your hand to add the fusion spell in deck or grave it to your hand. That's actually pretty good in this version, by the way, because that means the fusion spell can be used as discard fodder for Megalo's draw effect. And then you can pitch this and then add that same copy from your graveyard back into your hand. So you effectively got free draws. Plus, on top of that, you also deck Think, which makes Experiment 55 much more less hurtful to you, if that's a good way to sum it up. And then, if this card is special, you can, by monster effect, you can target 2 cards in your graveyard that are GMX cards and or dinosaur monsters. You place them on the top of your deck in any order, then you can destroy 1 attack precision monster your opponent controls. Now, obviously, this is made to work with Some of the cards mainly Velox. So if you happen to hit this with Velox, you get effectively a second pop, and he can manipulate the top of your deck to get what you set up. So you can say, for example, put at the top of your deck something like, I don't know, like say for example, Sony Oviraptor, or at the top of your deck so you can draw it, or you could do Experiment 55 if you have enough life points, so that when you hit this card, you also very back. You could set up follow up essentially by manipulating the top of your deck. However, the problem that all the scientists have in common, and the same thing with Dino Domain, is that they are not extenders themselves. They don't summon themselves in the hand or anything like that. So due to that reason, they are pretty bad bricks to draw, especially in multiples. Now, if you only open one Kimrich, that's perfectly fine, because you can use him to search Experiment and compensate that downside. But if you open two Kimrich, one of them is completely dead in your hand, unless you could pitch it from your hand by, say, Megalo, or some other way to do so. It's also the reason why I'm not playing the other scientist, Noma, because I think she's great in the Mitsurugi variant of the deck, since one card combo from this build actually can bridge into Mitsurugi, but I'm not playing that build for the time being because I want to try and test out this build first. But Noma sucks is complete donkey's butt booty bad in every other variant of the deck, because she's too hard to summon, and she's too hard to summon or set up reliably in the strategy, at least for the time being, which is again really annoying. You know? Now this could have easily have been solved if maybe say for example, maybe say Kimmer's effect is something like maybe reveal this card in your hand to apply one of these effects. You can either, like, I don't know, let's say Kimmer says you can reveal this card to say maybe take I don't know, a GMX, a non-psychic GMX monster from your deck and either add to your hand or special summon, then shuffle him into the deck, or he can search his fusion spell like it is on the card. Actually is on the card. Something like that to at least make it so at least that way they at least do something else in your hand, or at least something. But these are such bad memories. But unfortunately for Cherry, you gotta play 3 of them because you need to maximize Scene 55 as soon as possible, and you need as many names as possible in your deck. So Experiment 55 is a lot more consistent to pull off, which is another problem because remember I said before that Konami incentivizes you to play more GMX monsters with your dinosaurs pile. And this is the problem, because if you play too many of these monsters, you're going to brick a lot on these names. But if you play too little, GMX 55 is going to really harm your life points to the point that you could accidentally actually lose the game on the spot from 55. Yeah, so yeah, that's just my personal honest problems with GMX cards. I guess sorry for the rant, people. Let's get back to the deck profile. 3 Full House, 3 Ash, yeah, that's 3 Baby. Self-explanatory, we don't play Petite anymore. We can actually now run less babies now with the engines, because now we have easy access to it. 3 Megalo, our alternate monster we want to pop with Oviraptor on the board. Also gives us access to a board relevant dial domain. Special by monster effect, you can add GMX monster in your deck to hand. Obviously, we want to add Kimrich to get access to the fusion card. During main phase, you can fusion on one dinosaur, fusion monster to your extra deck, use a monster to your hand or field. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can make all dinosaurs you currently control gain 4 attack. That's a permanent attack increase. Irrelevant attack increase effect, but as we've seen by Halbakiri, having any point of attack reduction or point increase can really make a difference in matchups, especially when you have to get over specific cards on the board. 2 copies of Dragiola, 3 copies of Falsidig, 2 Ground Xeno, 3 Experiment 55. I already explained why I both love and hate this card. 1 Drag Volcano, and 3 copies of Infinite Permanence. For the extra deck, 1 Giga Cannon, 1 Falsadonka, 1 Lagia. Synchros, we have 1 Vedito, 1 Horned Carnivores, Horned Brute Carnivores. Thank God this is actually now in the TCG. 3 Astro, 3 Meteor, and 1 Gonzalo. And now here's the fusion counterparts. So we have Alos, which is the fusion counterpart of Chairman. Now, the one thing that both these two have in common is their fusion material. They both require a GMX monster and a dinosaur monster, so not the hardest to make. But I have a feeling that if they make this deck actually really good in the second wave, Dino players are going to start main decking Super Poly, because with it they can actually Super Poly into these cards and just out their own board, which is really funny. But also they could use it offensively, since that means they could just make these guys and just straight up just go for lethal. Neat. So the second one they both have in common is the same first effect, that each time your opponent normal special summons a monster, you gain 200 life points. Now that does make sense in the context of applied Experiment 55, because the life point cost is so freaking steep, so they have to do this. But the one that I don't understand about this effect is simply why is this only 200 and the fusion spell reduces it by 400? You get what I mean, right? Why don't they do the opposite route? Like maybe say Alice and Velox give you 400 life points every time, and then you would lose 200 life points. It would at least mean that this way you could get away with less copies of the same GMX monster and not worry so much about the downside. But let's be real, if they did this at, like, say, even 500 minimum, this card would probably become unplayable. So let's get back into it. So, now the main thing about Alice, that's the highlight. Now, he has two other effects. He cannot attack the turn you activate the effect I'll explain soon. Start damage that this card bounces on opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster. Now, luckily, it is an optional effect to destroy the monster automatically. But it doesn't make any sense of why he has that when he's a 3k body already. I don't know why at all. Now you're wondering why does he have that? He can't attack the turn this effect is activated. The reason is because of the actual main effect is the reason why you make him a lot of your combos. Is he can target any GMX monster or a dinosaur monster in your graveyard or banishment and special summon it. I'll be honest, he really does not need that lock for no reason. Like, just let him attack on the turn you use the effect, right? But that effect is actually the reason you play this card at 2, or at least at max 2 copies, maybe 3 if you are really heavily focused on Dino, who'll grind or something like that. But the main highlight of it, he can summon back Misk from the Banish Zone, which is probably one of the biggest highlights about this engine, is not only its ease of access to Misk and Misk being a starter for the deck, it's also the fact that this deck can consist of a Psycho Misk, so you can just always keep summoning more Dinos as follow-up. And to me, that's why I think he's really actually a solid card, despite the huge weaknesses of the card and him not doing anything on the opponent's turn. And next up we have Velox. Same first effect as the other one, but during your opponent's turn quick effect, you can target one card your opponent controls to execute the top cards of your deck until you hit a GMX monster or a dinosaur. You lose 400 for each execute card, you add that GMX or dinosaur monster to your hand, or you can special summon it and shuffle the rest into deck. Also, after that, destroy the target card. You can only use this effect once per turn. Just an FYI, this is a solid form of disruption, but this card does have two flaws though. One, the quick effect is only on the opponent's turn. It is not on your turn. You cannot use it to dodge targeting, which would have been really great if you could use it on your turn to like out some cards on the board or interact with them. But no, you can't. It's only on the opponent's turn. That unfortunately very limits its utility, going first and second. Secondly, that quick effect gets hit, it loses to Ash Blossom. So your opponent could just Ash this effect and they will not lose a card. So that's kind of shitty, not gonna lie to people. But if they're already wasting Ash on some of the other effects, it's probably not gonna happen that often, realistically speaking, but it's rare. Side deck, dog run when you see two Pankratops. I think Pankratops is insane with the GMX deck. Like, you just get this guy effectively for free. You sell one and you make a second one for free, and then if you have Aura, you could just keep recurring it. It's actually really, I think it might actually be really strong with GMX in their second wave. I think if the second wave's good enough, Pankratops might be a 3-of-1 deck. Like, it's actually so strong with the GMX engine. 3 Italian Sea, this is mainly specifically for, Draco Tail. But with the new meta being shifted a lot, like Mitsurugi being less consistent and less, grind game and fall not being strong, Draco Tail getting some hits and that to compensate their, the branded branded support coming out, Burst Protocol, etc., etc. But I think it'll probably still be played in the deck anyway, because it's just good into retelling into Draco Tail, but I don't know, maybe if the builds optimize it, this might not even be good anymore. We'll find out when the meta starts and Burst Protocol comes out and see the meta game develop. 3 Purulia. I don't know what else to put in the slot, I'm going to be realistic with you. Like, most of the side deck is literally just me for going second for the most part. 2 Draw, because it's semi-limited. I'm glad it's at least hit, but I think this should have went to 1 or got banned, but it's whatever. 3 Evenly Match, I needed some way to out card, so that's very fine. So anyway, that's pretty much that, so let's go and try and find some games. Let's try competitive here. We'll do best of 3, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and try out some games here, people, and see if we can get some pretty good stuff out of this. Damn, this is actually a really quiet place, huh? It's a ghost town. Oh, and I guess I'll also quickly mention while I'm waiting for my opponent. There will be other builds of GMX I'm going to try to test and make VODs off if I can, as long as I don't get the fan palm consistently. I want to try out a GMX engine in Drag Fire King that I theory crafted a combo on Dueling Book, which is cool. Not really, probably not really neat at all, but it's a cool combo. I want to try out GMX Dino probably. But one deck I really wanted to try to test out was Indiacraft with the new Spider support. Like, that Spider's insane. Net. But for now, I'm gonna mainly focus on GMX for the time being, like this build in particular. Man. Oh, there we go. We actually got a player. Coolio. Oh, we win the rock, paper, scissors, so we get to go first. Okay. This is pretty good. This is actually a pretty good hand. Let's do Falsa Daycare. Let's see here. We could probably do... I think we'll do Stego here first. Just in case he draws us here for some reason. No? No draw? Okay. Alright, let's do this. Alright, he's actually going to go through. That's cool with me. Also, by the way, if you want a combo video, like going over combos for the deck, I'm 100% down to do so if anyone is interested. Alright, let's see here. We're probably going to do... I think we're going to do Kimrich here. Let's do Kimrich here and add the fusion card. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, now we can do this effect. Get this out of here. We get another Kimrich, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Actually, yeah, this isn't too bad for us here. This isn't too bad. We'll do this. Get him in here. We'll have him in here as follow-up to begin with. Okay, let's go ahead and now get to the drag part of the deck now. Let's get to it. Opening this one sucks though, but we did dig through our deck relatively decently fast, so we should very likely be able to, like, we should be able to, at least in theory, be able to, like, hit targets without losing too much life points. Or at the very least, not accidentally kill ourselves. Okay. Onto that, this is 10. Alright, let's get you out. Put this up here. Go on. Come on. I definitely know, judging by that long pause, you definitely have a response. You definitely have some. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and keep deck thing then. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know you want to do it. I know you want to. Let's do this. Mash this from the graveyard. Alright, let's go and do Volcano Effect. We can only do Stego, unfortunately, at this point, but this is fine. Summon this out. Let's do this effect. We might as well go and do it right now. I think we're probably gonna add probably might make Gigantic Zala here. I think we'll make Gigantic Zala here. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's do this line here. Summon this out. We're gonna just keep deck thinning as much as possible, just to make this not really as annoying. Alright. Use effect. If you imperms this is fine. We could just make another Astro. It's the same exact anyway. Take this card. You will trigger. We're gonna pick, I think we're gonna probably do Overraptor here to get into the graveyard. But one thing I do think we will do is we are not going to use Deneen's Search effect because we have a Chairman in our hand, in our grip. We really don't want to do that. Send to the graveyard. It is pretty fun. We can trigger that off. That's actually pretty cute. Let's see here. We have a few options we can do. Alright, let's do effect, target this on the field, and we'll bring back Donald Deneen. We'll probably fuse him off and this, and then get back some kind of follow-up. Won't use the effect. Let's see here, then we can do this. I think we're gonna do this effect. Yeah, we'll do this effect to attempt a fusion summon. We don't really need to fuse with this card. We can just fuse with anything on our board. Okay, whatever. We can definitely make one of these if we want. This is a kind of a toughie. Like this. We'll do Chain Link 1 to add back. We'll add back a copy of this that we could pop into Exile in. Oh, he scoops already. Crazy part is we hadn't even got to Experiment 55 yet. We hadn't even gotten to that card yet. Okay. I have no idea what he's playing. I really have no idea. Let's put in some going second blowout cards. So let's put in, take these out, put in this. No, not that. This. Let's do this. Let's go and do this right now. Pretty good hit actually. We got Xeno Fossil Deck combo. Oh, that's effectively nib proof and push through some interaction. Have a spare copy of Chairman and spare copy of 55. Ooh, it's Aniacraft. Okay. I love me some good old Aniacraft. I love me some good old Aniacraft. Yep, he can go ahead. I don't really have anything I can do here. Not much I can do here, unfortunately. Not much I can do. He's probably going to pick, like, maybe the green cube, because he knows we're on dinos, so... There's also unironic, because I didn't expect to fight against Aniacraft, because he scooped before I even knew what he was playing. Yep. Yep. Aniacraft reset. Yep. Yeah. It's also neat too that Aniacraft's actually pretty budget friendly. Like, the only expensive card in the deck is the Whale, which is like $10 right now, and I think it's went up a little bit, but I don't think not a lot. So realistically, the whole core is like $50, I'm pretty sure, at max, probably 40. And just take into consideration, that's not including the max rarity version of those cards. It's just the minimum rarities. Excuse me. Pixie, alright. Okay, so we know they have a Pixia on their field. We know they have a Pixia. This is where Cap get a free draw. Pixia again. This guy better hurry up, he's really low on time. Another free draw. Let me see here. Man, if I had known that he was playing Aircraft, I would have put in Joel. I would, because honestly, a Moltar you can gain access to that is pretty fucking good. The other problem here too is like, this is why Pool is so good versus this deck, because like, if if you like they commit to the minimum, their board gets broken easily. But if they don't fully commit to it, like if they fully commit to it, they get a bunch of draws, but at least they make their board. But if they don't commit to it, they lose their board very easily. So like they're put in this really terrible spot with it. And time it up. And he immediately leaves. Yeah. Actually, what's the time thing I have on this? 200? Yeah, I think that might be too short, actually. Uh, no, it's kind of his fault for taking too long for that. Nah, that's kind of his fault for taking too long with that. Let's go to another game. Kind of sad, because I didn't even get the chance to use the GMX card. I didn't even get the chance to use the fusion to see if I killed myself or not. Oh, there we go. We got another game. When I roll? Ah, shit! I lost the die. I lost the freaking rock paper scissors. Okay, we have chairman. Oh god, we got 3 of this fucking card in our hand. Oh god. Oh, this bell better carry us here. I better freaking hit something good. Oh god damn it. Do I bell this? Fuck. This is tough. Do I bell this or not? Because let's see. Targets and monster opponent controls and that. Oh god fucking damn it, bro. Fuck. No, I gotta let it go through. It'll give away a half something, but I gotta let it go through. I think I save it for probably the level 4 that like tributes itself to add something back. Up, he's playing these fucking cards. Oh god. Oh boy. This is gonna be rough. Baby. Give me baby. Bomb deck? Yeah, that's fine. Lose a baby was annoying. That would have been really good with this. That would have been really good. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and hit this card. I think we'll probably use Bell in this. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna get these back anyway. It's fine. I'm gonna get these back anyway. Unfortunately, he did permanently get rid of 1 though, which is a bit annoying. He does permanently get rid of 1, which is kind of annoying though. You just want to run Astro. Oh, I opened baby anyway. Opened the baby anyway, but the fortunate problem is that my fucking Fuse is gonna be dead here though. But I might as well go for it. Let's fucking go for it. We know he has the level 2 in his hand. Yep. Yep. Not much I can do about that. Not really much I can do. Oh! Oh, I didn't realize I could actually use this right now. I forgot to mention this, but the Grave Effect Grounds is actually playable here. I forgot about that. Do I do it? We have a baby in there. We have one in our opening hand. Actually, I think this is more optional. I think we do this. I think we gotta gamble it. Alright. It's time to gamble, people. Oh, we got Stego. Okay. It's gambling time, baby. Alright, we'll pick this and this. Let me see here. He has this thing on the field, which will negate that. I don't think there's not much I could realistically do about this. I don't think, at least. Let me see. Let me try thinking this through, because this has already been used. Is there a way we could probably deal with this? We don't have a normal monster like keep playing the game. I think we just gotta commit. I think at this point, I think we just commit to it, I think. I want to keep this. Oh, let me see. He can't attack anyway. But I need to get rid of this card, though, and I need to get this off the board. So I think what we're going to do is put... This is a GMX monster. I think we get rid of Baby. I think we keep this as follow-up. Alright. I think at this point, people, I think we gotta sacrifice Stego just to out this fucking card. I think we gotta sacrifice Stego. It doesn't mean we're gonna take a decent amount of damage, which is a bit annoying, but we gotta have to at this point. Put that back. This attacks this. This doesn't do anything. This pretty much doesn't do much anyway. Like, she can attack over this, but this is fine. Let's put you back into the deck and add, we'll add another copy of Experiment 55. Get this back in here. Yeah, I think we just skip turn here. We'll just pass turn here. Alright. We will gain life points every time he does this. Alright. I think we pretty much have to commit to this now. We just need to hit a dinosaur of any kind. Oh, there we go. There's one. We'll summon it to our board just to defend ourselves for now. He can still add a kill tune, but what's the most realistic thing he can get, though? We could maybe do Deneen and just add the card, because it does deck thin, and we can always put it back if needed. Want that. Because this will add back the other card. He's just gonna enter battle, that's perfectly fine. But again, this is another fucking gamble, man, because I'm like such low life points now. So let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, I can only hit 4 more cards left. Oh, that's such a fucking big gamble I gotta take, bro. That's such a gamble I gotta take. Oh, we opened Frostosaurus. Well, actually, wait. This might not be that bad, actually. This might actually not be that bad. The problem here is... The problem here is, though, is like he... Okay, so we know he has the level 1, and let me double check. I think the level one's in his grave, right? Let me double check here. Let me double check. Okay, this is not a quick effect synchro summon on the opponent's turn. Okay, I have one idea. We drew Frostosaurus, so we can actually use the fusion effect. Alright, this is cool, because now we can add back Stego. We can add back Stego now. We can use this effect, Chain Link 2, to play around Ghost Spell. Alright, cool. We actually didn't even need the fucking... We don't even need the Experiment 55 cards. We don't even need them. Alright, get Misk in there in the graveyard. Get my boy in there. Get my goat. Alright, we decked in the lot, which is very good for us. We'll do this effect. We only have one Stego, which we only have one Astro, which is annoying, but honestly not the end of the world. Alright, we'll add UCT to hand. Summon him back to the board. His effect triggers styles the deck thin. We can only do Stego because we only have the one Astral anyway. We'll use your effect. Let's get back Misk back in rotation. We'll get Misk back in here. Do this. Yeah, so this is the funny part, is that this effect doesn't really come up a lot, but it's really funny when it does. It is really funny when it does. It's a free fucking burn effect. Yeah, but this doesn't really matter too much anyway. This doesn't really matter too much anyway, because I'm just gonna fucking, because I'm just going to kill him anyway this turn. And also he gains a... It has the funny part, he also gains an attack buff, which automatically, that actually comes on this and that. Dang, he just became a 4200 beater. That's pretty good. That's funny because the attack buff on him doesn't really come up a lot. It really doesn't come up. Damn, that's pretty crazy. Alright then. Nice game. Alright, so we know for a fact, okay, this is 100% going inside that deck. That's like, that seems very good. I think we focus on going second blowout cards. I think Ash we do keep. I think we keep Ash. I think we keep Ash in here in case. Because I think this is not going to matter because they have a synchro that gives their other guys target protection. Dogger might actually be helpful here. I think we'll do... This is target removal, but it is a free summon. I think we'll do a second UCT. Let's try this. We're not doing evenly because I think that can play around evenly pretty good. Okay, double Staggle over after... Okay, not ideal, unfortunately. This is not an ideal freaking hand for me. Not ideal. Not the worst now, however. If we get access to Volcano, we can at least play the game. But also funny because we did not even open a single GMX card. This is fine. This is A-okay. Yep. Same fucking cards, bro. It's literally those same fucking cards. Literally the same top two. A baby and a freaking fossil dig. I think we get rid of this. Now, this will depend on what he makes. I'm also gonna say this too, people. I think like Kill Tune is actually going to be really good in Blazing Dominion. I think they're probably gonna be a big meta contender. Wait, what? Turtle scripting engine error does. What the fuck? Wait. Wait, so does that mean I get to go first now? What the hell? What the shigma? Okay then. I guess I'm going. I guess I'm going first then. And wait, what the fuck? Lost connection. What the hell? Well, that was Well, you know what? I think that was a decent showcase of the GMX cards. I think that's actually a much better showcase of the cards than the last game was. Although realistically, these games have not been a really good showcase of these cards. Not been a good showcase. Alright. Alright, let's try this again, folks. Okay. Honestly, good hand. Pretty good hand. Ori Falsadek, my favorite two-card combo of all time, though. Oh, you know what time it is? Another Fulos time. Damn it! Damn it! Oh, but hold on. You know what? You know what this means? Now that Snaxy's in one. This means I can just hit this card now, and not have to worry about the other two copies. He loses the access to the field spell. He loses access to the field spell, my favorite kind of game. And there's no more Herald of Arclight, so I don't have to worry about that card anymore. So that means their end board is actually not even that hard for me to deal with. But I don't want to get too cocky though. I did force out Ashley, so there's at least that. Yeah, their end board is not that strong without Herald. Because their end board, unironically, the reason their end board was so hard to play was it was not because of the yummy cards themselves. It was mainly the Herald of the Arclight combined with the Mitsurugi engine. That end board was nearly impossible for a lot of decks to break. But here, now with the new ban list, Herald banned, so the Mitsurugi bridge is not as good as it once was. Plus Snatchy Unlimited, this end board is actually, I think this deck can now loses to one board wipe. Which is funny because Dino, in my opinion, actually has a good matchup into Yummy, but not the Mitsurugi part of the deck, because the Mitsurugi can really screw over the deck. But the matchup was still good for us anyway regardless, but now it's actually even more better. Okay. So he's gonna do the yummiest of all snatchies. Are you gonna make Crystal Wing for this? No shot. What the hell is this? Tune a single monster, you can target one spell trap in your grave, add it to your hand. Yeah, but he doesn't have one. Header field to the grave, special among 7 lowest. Order banishment. Alright. That's very interesting. I thought he was going to make Crystal Wing, actually. Alright, so we know one of them is Surprise. Oh, we get this. That's fine. Yeah, he gets that back as that. Let me double check this card, actually. Let me double check Gambit's Surprise here. Carnival. You can only use these back. Okay, so judging by if I can activate that first one, summon one. That probably tells me that other set card has to be another Yummy Surprise. That's probably my guess. Alright, let's do Fossil Dick here. Alright, he's gonna pick this card. Honestly, If I just activate this one time, as long as it's not called by, I just win on the spot. Because then all I have to do is just add freaking Drag Stego and I win. Do I do it right now? Yeah, I think we do it right now. Let's just pray to God this is not freaking called by. Because that's the only thing that can answer this right here. If it's not, I pretty much, all I have to do is add Stego and I just out their board. All I need to do is just out target Stego and I just out their freaking board. I just out their... Or actually, what if I just do Stego here? Okay, so he does go for this. Yeah, he is playing this card. Bro, what the fuck? Wow, I am literally, I am not getting a good showcase of this art engine in general. Man, I guess they know the archetype sucks ass as its own deck. That they literally just keep disconnecting me or my opponent from actual games. That's just crazy, bro. Alright, we won the die roll. Alright, cool. Ooh, this is a good hand. This is pretty good. Ground signal first. Let's ban on Ash. No Ash? Oh, baby! No Ash, baby! Let's go! Anyway, it's time for us to dig for the fossils. When the fossils keep digging. Alright, 2. Alright, people, time for me to show you a nib proof right that I'm gonna probably do right here. Oh no. Oh, this is over 10. Oh no. Oh, please hit a friggin'. Oh, please hit a GMX monster. Wait, did I? I killed myself. I freaking killed myself. I hate this fucking card, bro. I freaking killed myself. That's all bullshit, bro. I freaking killed myself. What the? Man, that is so sad, man. That is so freaking sad. Freaking, I killed myself by. That is so fucking sad, bro. I'm gonna go second. Oh man, bro. See, this is exactly why I hate this card so much sometimes. When you get it very unlucky with the excavation, you kill yourself. Oh god damn, is this the fucking mirror? Oh, please don't let me in the mirror. Please no. Please no! I want to leave! Dang it! It's the freaking mirror. Ugh. Man, this is so cringe. Even though the crazy part is, people, I deck thinned too, by the way. I actually deck thinned, and I still freaking killed myself. Yep, freaking mirror match. Those goddamn mirror matches. Those mirror matches are so stupid. Oh man. That's fine. Never mind. I lose. God damn it, bro. Freaking man. Man, I fucking hate my fusion spell sometimes. And he freaking leaves. Yay. That was a really I literally just said that the downside about that card is that if you extra 20 cards, you just lose the game. I literally self-DK'd myself. Literally from that example, bro. Like, holy man. That's insane. Rock, yeah, that's fine. Yep, full fucking combo, baby. I could maybe do... I think there's probably more betters to do this. Well, people, do we gamble my life point cost? Do we gamble all of it? Well, you know what they say, people. They don't nickname me Gamble Jackson for a reason. Oh, come on! Actually not that bad. It's actually unironically, this actually might be helpful here. This actually might actually help me here, because I can actually get this in here. Oh, that actually works for me. Yeah, that actually works out. Because we can do this. We can get Mist back to rotation here. Yeah, we get Mist back in rotation. Yeah, this works out. Yeah, this actually works out for me. Yeah. Fucking game. And I fucking deck thinned. And I deck thinned. Do we even need to do Stega full setup? Yes. Yes. I have a big fucking love-hate relation. Love-hate. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this as Chain Link 1. Realistically, I don't think we're not really going to like anything else here. Unfortunately, we don't have Ground Xeno, which is a little bit unfortunate. We don't have a way to use Ground Xeno here, so I think we're just gonna do, because this card's unfortunately dead now. This is kind of a dead card. We have Miskin rotation. What do we actually pick here? I think we just focus on Dulka. Yeah, I think we just focus on Dulka here for now. You know, I could probably just do this and just get out the vanilla. The problem is we don't have a way to fusion with them anymore because we have already used Ground Xeno. I think we could probably do it just to get more dials out of our deck. Oh yeah, this actually works because we can get this in here. Hold on a second, boys. Alright, let's pop this. I would like it. Alright, cool. We got essentially guaranteed triple board nuke set now. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with this guy anymore because we already used the means just so we can continue playing the game. A little bit unfortunate, but it is whatever. Not there's only so much we can really do anyway. Ooh. I think I gotta negate that summon, I think. Targeted bash. We probably want to keep the knee in the grave. I will sacrifice the tuner, but we always have another one we can bash anyway. Yeah, summon. Yeah, the GMX cards though. Second wave. Yeah. The GMX deck itself is actually freaking ass, but the potential has as an engine is solid. Definitely needs its second wave. The GMX deck itself is ass, but I'm okay with this. I'm not gonna waste that on that. I'll just save it for this graveyard effect. The wagon has no lock is the one thing that really surprised me. Alright. Well, I already know what to pick, boys. We're picking this. Yeah. Like I said beforehand, you can get away with it. Well, oh. Yeah, Ground Zero also gives you another way to make your fusions, which never came up before. Which just like, fucking bad, honestly. Dalka plus Volix backed up by Ninja off the single earth is not bad, honestly. Backed up. Oh wait, why the hell did I do this? Oh shit. Whoops. Uh. Fuck. I hate this damn fucking card, man. I hate this fucking card, man. I hate this fucking card, man. Hmm. 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 That's fine. That's fine. If I get a Jirac in there, then I can actually set this up. Oh yeah, I forgot he fucking jolted me. Fuck, man. I forgot he fucking jolted me. Does he have freaking dials engraved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. I completely forgot I fucking forgot you trolled me. I forgot you fucking trolled me. Yeah, I fucking forgot you trolled me. I was gonna I had scientist in my hand. I was going to scientist in my hand. I forgot that. I forgot you trolled me. I was gonna fucking troll you. I was gonna troll you. I was gonna troll. Freaking troll you. I was gonna troll. Yeah, like I had fucking chairman in my hand. I had she trolled. Yeah, I had chairman in my hand, and I remembered you fucking trolled me. That's fine. This isn't too bad though. Mm, Yeah. Made it work at least. Yeah, made it work at least. Made it work. Yeah, can't fuck. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll probably do another match with the guy. This is at least a GMX mirror, which is actually pretty funny. Which is actually pretty fun. Alright, it's him. Cool. We'll play again. Alright. Go for 2 bricks, but we did open GMX. Kidding myself. Kidding myself. Alright. Hour after time, this is fine. I think we just go ahead and do this right here. Force out an Ash. Oh, there we go. There's Ash number 1. That's cool. Anyway. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just that talented at the video game, people. I'm just that talented at the video game. I'm just that fucking good. I'm just that fucking good. I'm just that fucking good. I'm just that good. I'm just built different. I'm just that good. Yeah, I have a feeling he's not gonna go for that route. Like I had a feeling. He's not gonna give me another draw. Yep. So it's that. Let's gamble it. Gamble time, baby. Gamble time. There's a Dino. Give me a GMX. There's a Misk. OV? Okay, just give me a GMX. There we go. Hell yeah, now this is what I want to fucking see. This is what I want to see. I I think we're gonna do this. I would do Misk, but I would do Overreactor, but he'll just take it out. So I think we're just gonna do Misk and this. Funny part is we actually have this to. I almost forgot we actually have this to contest that card. To contest the fucking. Carnivores. Yes, I'll be able to perform a quick effects synchro summon. Quick effects. Yeah, but sadly, you don't have enough life points to even successfully do the fucking. Da-dun. Mhm. Pretty good hand. That's fine. That's fine. No much I can do anyway. All right. So this leaves this. Okay. I think I know one thing I'm gonna do here. So because he has to keep this off the board. I just want to get rid of the double bash because that stays on the field. Interesting. Sorry for not much commenting. This has been pretty enjoyable so far. Did he kill himself? Yep. 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 Oh boy. Alright, let's see what else we gotta do. Almost fucking died. I almost died. I almost fucking died from that, bro. I almost died. They say, they say that if you go for it, they say you almost die. It really is plot armor. It really is freaking plot armor, bro. It really is, bro. I swear it actually is plot armor. Yeah, but now I can't fucking do it anymore. It's the main. It really is plot armor, bro. It really is. Fucking, it really is, bro. It really fucking is, bro. Yes, bro. It's mainly just to protect Stego from like. Plus, Stego can pop any card. It doesn't have to be just your own monster. So I can pop the for it. Holy man, bro, this is a grindy ass game. Game. Yeah. So I hope in second wave they actually give us like. Yeah, I hope in the second wave of support they give us like it's the top of our deck. I think I win anyway. Because like I just do this whole board nuke on the end phase, and then Meteor and then Volcano protects my board.